Back in 1999, there was some Kentucky administrative regulations written for the guidance of tourism signs, what you see on the screen here. This has been basically the only method, other than the blue logo signs, what we call TODS, tourist-oriented directional signing. But this program has been in effect since '99. It's pretty strict. A lot of you have talked to me before and tried to get on these programs. It's a little bit tough. You know, the hours of operation for these sites have to meet certain regulations. A lot of agritourism sites does not meet that. What we are doing now, basically this program is becoming null and void. We are not going to support this program anymore. Anybody's been to Lexington recently, you've seen the big signs that has the big blue horse on it, directional signs, and there's different colors. You see them in other cities, you see them in other states, and that's sort of the way that things are going to go. So we'll go to picture number 2. I've got about 4 slides. How many people have seen this sign in Lexington? How many people like that sign? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Basically what we did, the federal government has come out with this book that's, called the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, MUTCD for short, and it governs all signage, everything. The new one came out in 2009. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has just recently adopted it, and we're trying to follow it to the letter. That book no longer supports the brown signs that you see, the smaller brown signs. Now, we're not talking about the interstate brown signs. Those are still in effect, and we're good with that. We're talking about state roads for those small brown signs. It doesn't support those anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with a program called Community Wayfinding Guide Signs. It's in the MUTCD. It spells it out very detailed. And basically what this does is gives communities or a city complete control over the program. Okay? You get to decide what's on your signs, not somebody's regulation written a long time ago that says you have to be open 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. One of those days has to be a weekend. We're going to open it up a little bit, give you a little bit more control. What you're seeing is Lexington's plan. They've got big signs, small signs, and then some that are downtown. Basically what we did was we said, write your own regulations, and we'll go through it and approve it. They gave us a list of attractions that they wanted to sign for. Under the old regulations, Rupp Arena, we couldn't sign for Rupp Arena. Not correctly. It's not open 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. One of those days is a weekend. It's open a lot, but it doesn't meet the criteria. This program allows things like that to be open, or it allows things like a farmer's market to be open, or a winery, or whatever that doesn't meet all those regulations. It now will allow it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go with this program. The cities will develop their own criteria. They'll put together a package showing how they want their signs to look. You can do basically any color, and don't quote me on all this. The guidelines are there. You can't use interstate colors, the green, the blue, the red, the yellows, things like that. You can go with any other variation of those, but it can't be standard interstate colors. We're going to hold you to reflectivity, arrows, and font. That's just about it, to be honest with you. Basically, we're just going to open it up and you guys decide what you want to sign for, what's important to your community, your area, and agritourism can be a big part of that now. Whereas before it was stifled a little bit. And that's for inside a community. How far we take that out into the counties it's not been detailed yet. There are no guidelines for this. We're in the process of writing guidelines, how we're going to deal with it. Anything that is really far out in the county that we can't consider within a community, but you still want to get signs to it, there is a method for the blue TOD signs like you see on the screen. You call J.R. Jarvis at Kentucky Logos, pay for them, you'll install them. So that's about it. We're not going to support anybody that has the CNR signs now. The brown CNR signs, they're out there everywhere. We're going to basically just roll that into a wayfinding sign. We're going to call them wayfinding signs now. So how that's going to work, I'm not sure yet, but we're going to make it work. So what you would do is you develop your plan, you develop your signs, you develop a map of where you want the sign locations, send that into our office with a encroachment permit, and we'll sign a permit for it. You can put up your own signs, you pay for it, you do it, they're yours. So we're not gonna be putting up the wayfinding signs. You guys will do it. If you can get a better price than we could, fantastic, good for you. You can use local people, fantastic. That's what we would urge you to do. Use local businesses and local sign companies to make all this.